Everybody, so I've been watching the musumeci podcast, and it's really good, man. Mikey's a great guy. He's been to Legacy, and he's super friendly, and it's kind of hard not to like the guy. He's only 25, so he just has this boyish quality, this real innocence about him, and I just really like him. He's a phenomenal athlete. We can all agree on that. But there was quite a few really big reveals that came out of that show. I didn't know how the podcast was going to go. And one of the ones I want to talk about is the way he trains. Like, Joe was completely baffled when Mikey said he trains in his garage with hobbyists. What is a hobbyist? Hobbyists are just people, regular everyday folk that just like jiu-jitsu, and they come train and then they go back home to their wives and kids and their professional job. That's a hobbyist. So that's makes up for the majority of people who train jiu-jitsu are hobbyists. Not everybody's going to become an elite athlete, and not at Mikey's level, even at my low level of competition that I've done. Some people will never compete, and some people just like it as a hobby and train like that. And that's who he trains with in his garage. So he has not been at a major gym in years, he said, and it just completely baffled Joe. But he trains 12 hours a day, guys, and that's what really separates the elite athletes from just the hobbyists, people who don't become world champions. And it's something that I relate to my students all of the time, man. I'm always telling them, I've had students leave and be like, I need to train with higher level people. And I tell people all the time, and I know people just think I'm like some fucking old fart or something like that, just running my fucking mouth. You're not Gordon Ryan, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But I've been training in jiu-jitsu for 30 years, man. I've been training martial arts for over 40 now. And the difference what separates elite athletes from regular athletes is how much they train and how much dedication and sacrifice they put into it. So there's people all over the world coming from obscure places that win championships, and you're just like, dude, where did that guy come from? Not every gym is going to be an Atos or an AOJ or a John Danaher Death Squad with phenomenal coaches and training with a bunch of elite athletes at their level. Not everybody trains like that. Not everybody has the opportunity to train like that. And it's about how much you train. These elite athletes nowadays are training hours and hours a day, man. I mean, whenever I was able to even place in competitions, I was training maybe 3 hours a day. And that's fucking hardcore, man. And somebody like Mikey coming out and saying he was training 12 hours a day, that is what he was willing to do in order to become a champion, to sacrifice for his art. Training with hobbyists. So it's not always about the level of your training partners, it's the willingness of your training partners to help you out, to help you achieve your goal. You have to have willing training partners that are able to train with you, And at our gym, we're lucky we have classes 7 days a week, so you can train 4 or 5 times a day, easy, where I'm at, And I tell people all the time, man. I was like people are like, oh, I want to win a competition, blah 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 blah. You're not going to win a competition these days unless you are putting in 3, 4, 5 hours of work every day. And like I said, you do. And this musumeci, bless his heart, man, because that was a big reveal. You do not have to train with elite level world champions, or even a John Danaher or Andre Galvao, in order to win world championships. It's how much work you put into it. So if you're training 1 hour a day, a few days a week, you're not going to win a competition. If you're training 1 hour a day, 6 days a week, you're most likely not going to win any competitions. If you're training 2 or 3 hours a day, every day, your chances are going to increase. But Mikey was training 12 hours a day, guys. That's amazing. Something I've known all the time, and something I'm always relating to my students, guys. So, get experienced jiu-jitsu professors, and just, find a gym and then trust in your jiu-jitsu coach. Listen to him, man. You do not have to train at elite academies or with world champions in order to become a world champion. It's how much work you put into it, guys. Peace and love. I'm out. Thank you, Mike musumeci. Thank you, Joe Schmogans. I'm out.